Now, a former Royal Marine from Brighton has helped a fellow veteran become the first blind person to row the Pacific Ocean. Mick Dawson partnered Steve Sparks from Devon on their record-breaking row from California to Hawaii.
Now, after months of training in Sussex, the pair spent 82 days at sea, competing in the Great Pacific Race, including battling through a hurricane. But 1,500 miles on from the start, they finally crossed the finish line this morning, as Lucinda Adam reports.
It's known as the world's ultimate endurance race. Completely unaided, Steve and Mick have powered themselves 2,500 miles across the world's largest ocean.
Relieved.
Over the moon. Elated, but we just don't look it.
82 days ago, they set off from Monterey, California to row across the Pacific Ocean to Waikiki, Hawaii. With 150 miles to go, they didn't expect to meet a Category 5 hurricane, with winds of more than 155 miles an hour and waves strong enough to sweep Steve overboard.
I was terrified. I make no bones about it. It was quite frightening. There's no room in there. I was struggling with a bad injury to my back and my knee, so I couldn't move, couldn't flex, and we were locked down in there for 36 hours, just getting bounced from side to side.
Steve, who hadn't rowed until a year ago, only has very poor peripheral vision. For experienced rower Mick, this race was his toughest challenge, but his proudest achievement.
Nobody's ever going to be the first one again. He's the man who's done that. So to be part of that, for me, I'm enormously proud of that.
They relied on months of sea survival training at Seahaven docks and in the swimming pool at St Dunstan Centre for Blind Veterans.
Of course, if something happened to Mick, then he'd be on his own. So he was sort of trained to be able to launch the life raft on his own and get into it and do the necessary drills in order to enable him to hopefully save himself and Mick as well if he had to.
The plan to enter the race started over a pint in a Rottingdean pub. Now they'll be heading back for another to toast their historic achievement. Lucinda Adam, BBC South East Today.
Be careful of going for a drink in a Rottingdean pub. You don't know what you're going to end up doing. Now, John promised us rain and we...